Hi, folks, it's Kathy, and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's in the Cards Divination. This week, I am going to be doing the week ahead for you, only this time it's going to be with our Kipper deck, not our tarot, but I'm going to be doing it in two segments. So there'll be two piles for you to choose from. And there's the main female and the main male. So if you identify as a female or a male, then you can go into the description box below to choose your reading. If you do not identify with either of them, then just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and pick one. And if it doesn't resonate, don't worry about it. You can always listen to the other one and take little bits of what could be happening for you. If it doesn't resonate at all, don't worry about it. Let it go. So, for the time being, Kipper is going to be giving us your week ahead with a 5 card reading. So, if this sounds like something interests you, I would love it if you'd subscribe to my channel and click on the bell for future notifications. And also, if you could click on the like button and or leave a comment, let me know if something resonates for you. All right, my friends, let's get into your week ahead and see what Kipper is going to tell you about your week coming up. Hi there, pile main female. I'm not used to saying that. It's always pile 1, 2, or 3. So if you chose the main female, we're going to see potentially what could be coming for you this week. This could be a short reading, but we're going to look at it and see. Kipper deck, what could be coming? And the card in the center of the 5 cards is what the main focus of this week. What's coming? All right. All right. Let's see, my friends. Okay. Let's pull that card now first. The main focus is imprisonment, and not likely that's what it means. What it most likely is telling me, there is a situation here where your hands are tied this week, or you're restricted, you're cut off from something. We need to look further. What is it that you're not able to do? What is it that you're being held back from? What is it that is keeping you confined even? We're going to look a little further at that. So let's pull our first card. The wealthy man. Could be around money. Okay. It could very well be. Okay. And then we'll pull another one. We have the mature woman. And finally, false person. False person. Who is the false person? Ah, it's the mature woman. Okay. Let me try to get these so they don't slide. So what I'm seeing here overall, there's something you can't do this week. There's something where you are being kept from doing. And I feel this woman, this mature older woman, whether it's a mother figure or an aunt or grandparent or whoever, but it's an older woman because Kipper is very clear about the gender roles. So it's an older woman, mature woman who is not being very helpful towards you. I feel like she is manipulating, trying to keep you from doing something. She's not being helpful this week. She's in fact, there's something wrong with her this week, and we may have to find out. She's the one who's the false person. In other words, she is very much there's a problem with her. It may not be that she's lying, but it's possible that she's not being truthful about something to you, that she's not telling you everything, I feel. Okay. And it's about this wealthy man. The wealthy man can either signify a male, younger male in your life this week who you come into contact. He could also be a professional. This could actually be dealing with or trying to deal with a banker, an accountant, or somebody in that field this week. A wealthy man does not necessarily have to be a relative, although he could be. But he would if he is somebody you know, he would be younger than you. Okay. So if we're going to look at this from different scenarios. If this is a situation where you have a meeting with this person this week, right at the beginning of the week, I feel like this person is getting in the way, that you won't be able to attend. You're not going to be able to meet with this person, this banker, investment person, accountant, whoever they are. It's to deal with money. Okay. A wealthy businessman, a younger businessman. It's not going to happen. I feel though it's possible he's the one. Either you are being restricted from it, but he's restricted as well. He may be contacting you and saying, you know what? I have to change our appointment. I've got my mother needs me, whatever the case is. It's related to this woman, this older woman. She's not, um, it's going to get in the way this week for you. Now, it also tells me if this older woman, mature woman, is referring to your own mother or your own um, situation, somebody you know this week, this mature woman, I don't think she's being completely upfront with you. And I want to pull another card because what happens is this is a cause and effect card. So this is the cause of something wrong is her. So she's causing trouble this week for you in some fashion. But I want to see how it impacts. So it is about pathway. So it could very well mean that this could be somebody that has been giving, it's affecting the longer road ahead. Okay. So I'll give you an example. If this is a situation with a mother figure where you are trying to get them help in some way, or you're dealing with their finances because maybe they're at a point in their life where they can't necessarily help themselves, but you are helping them, they're not being helpful at all. They're putting up these roadblocks for you this week, and they're not being completely honest with you. They're trying to manipulate somehow, or on a very basic level, they're just causing a lot of trouble. They're trying to stall it. I feel like they're trying to keep it from happening. There's fear here, and they're manipulating the situation. Potentially, they're trying to keep you from being able to do this. Or in this case, it could be keeping him from helping you. It could be that this works both ways. Either way, it's not going to happen for you. There's a difficult situation. On a very generic level, it could be that maybe you needed this week to meet or even not just meet this person. It could be that you need some financial advice this week, but you are restricted from doing it for some reason. And as I say, this mature woman is getting in the way, whether it's referring to how you feel. Maybe you're feeling tired this week. Maybe you're feeling like you just don't want to do it. It may not actually be a mature woman. It might be you who's the mature woman. And in other words, I feel old today. I don't feel like doing it. Sometimes that's the scenario. But it's something that's going to be with you for a long time. If you don't get this situation resolved this week, it's possible that it just, as I say, I feel like it's something that needs to be done because of the pathway. It's affecting the future. It's affecting the road ahead. Okay, this particular situation. And when I say imprisonment, it means, like I say, confinement. They're confining you, or they're confining him. There's a definite situation where they're trying to control this situation, my friends, this week. It's a negative, unfortunately, but we're going to pull some advice, aren't we? We're going to look at the advice on this situation as to what to do. You just pull my advice cards here. What to do about this difficult situation this week. And you know what else I'm hearing? There could even be a problem getting them there if they have to go to the appointment with you. on the road. It's literal. In other words, there could be maybe they've fallen. It could be a situation like that, and it's keeping you from going to this appointment, keeping you from doing what you need to do. They're taking up your time. I feel like it's something to do with that. It's going to affect their walking. There could be their mobility here, but this mature woman is definitely the problem in this situation this week for most of you. Okay. She is somehow keeping you from doing what you need to do this week. All right. There's also another scenario I'm hearing. For some of you that maybe are looking at getting some money this week, whether it's a loan or credit of some kind, I feel like this person is not, it's not going to happen this week. As I said, it looks like it's being held back. And it could be because there's a problem here with the fact, not necessarily with a mature woman, but with you. You may not have dealt with your financial situation well in the past, and it's now affecting the road ahead. Okay. So, in other words, you weren't acting responsible with your finances. So, this week, for some of you, that's very specific. For some of you, it's about getting some money this week, and it's not going to happen, or it appears not to. Excuse me, because there's been a problem in the past with your maturity level, how you deal with money. All right. Maybe your credit is bad. Maybe there's something going on there. All right, let's see what advice. Regardless, it's a negative scenario. Let's see what the week ahead, what it tells us for main female. Oh, peaceful resolution. I like to see that. So regardless of the situation, it looks like things will resolve themselves anyways. Well, let's see what card Kipper wants to give us. The end of the week. It's not the seventh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's pull a seventh card then. Let me just move this down a bit. Now it's going to mess up all the cards, right? All right. So what is the peaceful resolution at the end? Oh my goodness, look at the mess here. I've got, so I apologize in advance because this table's slippery. All right, so number 7. What can you show us? Card 7. Okay. That there's a peaceful resolution. Well, message. Okay. So that's good news. That's the message of good news. So there'll be good news towards the end of the week for you, main female, about this situation. So there could be some kind of a resolution to this. There could be a misunderstanding here. And so it will end the week with good news for you. And that we want to see. So I I know it starts off in the middle of the week with some negative situation going on. It may not be major, it just might be minor hiccups and difficulties. But towards the end of the week, you get some good news. All right. Some of you, it could even be a job scenario, I want to say. This wealthy man, if you're looking for a job this week or you want to hear, I don't think he's busy. He's restricted. He's not able to get back to you. The mature woman is the reason why. There could be somebody he works with that's causing some trouble, that he's having problems with. And so if this is a job scenario, if you're looking for a job, it looks like the end of the week, you might hear something back in a more positive light. Okay? All right, my dear friends, I'm going to, whatever happens, whatever scenario plays out, it ends on a good note. I'd love to hear how it ends for you and let me know in the comments how it goes. All right, so we're going to now stay tuned and we're going to do the main mail for the week ahead. Hi, main mail. If you chose this in a timestamp, then this is your reading for the week ahead. All right. So we put him over here because he's actually looking, I'll move it down, towards this direction. It's very directional. That's one thing about Kipper. Gender roles are specific and as well, directionality is very important. So we're going to See, we want to know what the main focus is for the main males this week. And if you're a woman listening to this, maybe you want to find out what's going on with the main male in your life this week. How's things going for them? All right. It's not that you're spying. It's just maybe they want to know, am I going to have a good week? But they don't listen to the video. It's fine, or watch it. You can also listen to this. All right, let us go forward. Now, what is the main focus for the main male this week, my friends? Community. All right. Anything that's going on in their community. Okay, it could be, and it's usually helpful. It depends on the cards around it. If the cards are negative, this is going to be not helpful for him this week. But something in his community that is local and near him, neighbors, people that he knows maybe around town, around the city, is going to be helpful at this point. But let us delve into it further, okay? The first card, we have the marriage. All right, that's good. That's very good. We're going to, I'll read this once we get going on this. Okay. That's three. Fourth is false person. So it looks like there's an issue in the community. Something is wrong in the community. It affects the community. But let's find out what it is. The house. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm going to move this over because we're going to eventually pull two more cards. So what I'm feeling here, this week, there is something that has been promised in the community. In other words, a neighbor, something has been promised. I know these cards are crooked. Oops, I apologize. Wrong direction. So there's an agreement he has made, this main male, a promise, an agreement, some kind of contract with someone in the community. Okay, it's coming about this week. It could just be a promise. Maybe he promised to do something for someone, a neighbor, someone. I feel like it's because, and it's something that it's to do with the house. So I want to say that there's been a problem with the outside of the house and maybe the actual home. It could even be a problem with family of someone in the community. Okay, there's trouble, there's a problem. It's affecting the area, but most likely it's the house, the actual building. Okay, so I feel like this needs to be rectified this week. There's a promise. Maybe if it's a snow situation, maybe they're promised to shovel someone's walk. It could be as simple as that, right? But there's definitely something is wrong with the house. Something is wrong. And let's try to find out more, shall we? The mature man. So there's an older gentleman in the neighborhood that lives in a house nearby. And this is what I'm sensing. Now we have finally number 7 is courthouse. So it's about doing the right thing for this man, this older gentleman. I feel like this is something that your main male is going to be working on this week. There's also potentially this mature man, if this is a neighbor of his, or maybe it's a family member, father, grandfather, older gentleman, uncle. I feel like it's a situation where he's going to be going over to see him in his home because this is what's the problem here. It's the house. The house, his security. It could even be his security. It could be the older gentleman could be feeling nervous. He could be feeling, I know that's very specific. It could be helping him in some way to feel safer in the neighborhood. He might be nervous about how things have been going. There's also a feeling that there could be some work getting done around the house this week by the main male. And But as I mentioned, this community, it's about how that is going to reflect back to his community. In other words, if he does any work on the outside of the house, which is difficult in the wintertime to do, but there are some things that we have to do because in this case, there is something wrong here. So this tells me that there is an issue with the house that needs rectifying, whether there's a water issue or some type of snow issue or a problem in some way. Maybe you're living in a place that doesn't have snow, lucky you. Then it's something around the outside of the house I feel isn't, or in, it could even be inside, but because of the community card, I feel like it's more, it could be outside. Okay. But regardless, it's about doing the right thing for this gentleman, this mature man. In fact, I would go so far as to say if it's not about him specifically, he's helping you as well. It's possible that he's helping you with the house as well. There could be a partnership here where he's working with you. Maybe he's actually helping you financially, providing some money, even, um, because he's considered quite comfortable. But he's also very wise and he has a lot of good advice to offer. So I feel like he's going to be able to give you the right advice. And because the courthouse is here, I feel like it could be something with the house like code. Maybe there's some building code or issues going on, legalities around the house that need to be rectified. Um, Otherwise, it's just something that has to be done. It's the right thing to do, and it's also a good decision to make. Okay. So this week is all about the community. There could even be an agreement by the main male this week that he was supposed to be doing something, or you're supposed to be doing something in the community. Okay. Whether it's maybe you belong to an organization or he does, and there's meetings to attend, perhaps. Maybe there's something that they're supposed to be doing. And I feel like it's more likely, I feel like he feels the community is really suffering right now. His neighborhood is going downhill, I'm hearing. So I feel like he's concerned about these problems in the community lately. Okay. That's what I'm feeling. And it could be around a security issue. Maybe somebody's getting an alarm system. I'm hearing they want to keep themselves safe in their home because it's going to affect the home, but it's going to affect it in a good way. It's the right thing to do. It's also the wise thing to do. So if it is an alarm system or to keep yourself safe in some way in your home, this is very much what it's talking about this week for you. Let me see. Let's pull some advice here and see what we get as far as advice for the main male this week overall. I know those are very much specifics, but it's good that way. It does actually show. It's hard to say that it's a general reading for everybody because it is fairly specific. But it doesn't always have to go exactly like that. Let's see what advice. Be assertive. Okay. So that speaks to this situation of getting something done. There is a problem in the neighborhood. That's what it is. There's a problem here. It's affecting the neighborhood. So, and it could very well have something to do with the security of this older gentleman, or, and you just need to be more assertive with the community, with this older gentleman. It's like he has he has good intentions, but he may not necessarily um, want what you're going to do for him. The reason I say that is because the house is right behind him and he's beside the house. So it's him in the house. It's something that is, that's the problem. I feel like he could also be, there's another scenario here. He could be the reason there is a problem. It's him. Maybe he's done something in his home that caused a problem inadvertently. Okay. He thought maybe he was doing the right thing, but it turned out to be the wrong thing. Uh, and it may be affecting the community. Like, let's just use this as an example. What if it was, God forbid, that they left water on or left something in the house and there's a problem with it and now it's affecting his neighborhood somehow. Okay, and I know that's kind of random. That's just an example of what could have gone on because the problem lies with the house. The house is the reason there's an issue. Okay, there's an issue about the house, is what I'm trying to say, but it affects the neighborhood. Okay, and whether or not you can live up to, or your main male can live up to their end of the bargain this week, of what they were supposed to be doing. I feel like they've promised something. They have some kind of contract or some kind of an agreement with the community, but they just may not be able to go forward with it this week. So I hope that makes some sense to you. But the advice is telling be assertive. Be assertive about this situation. Don't allow somebody to walk over you, whether it's this mature male or the community themselves. Make sure you stand your ground, main male, because if you feel it's the right thing to do, don't let the community convince you otherwise or this mature man. Okay? It's in their best interest. That's what I'm feeling. And yours. Okay? It might give you some peace of mind. That's what I'm trying to say. It's the right thing. It is the right thing to do. Okay, so I hope that this resonated in some way for you. I'm going to leave that with you for this week. I would love to hear back as to if anything at all sounded good for you. All right, my friends, I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.